cane that he twirled round his diamond ring finger at a Baltimore Hotel Society gathering, and the cops were called in and his weapon...
There is 4 stanzas in the song. The first stanza is 9 lines, the second stanza is 10 lines, and the last 2 are 14 lines. The only place in the song where it rhymes is the first and the last line in the chorus. It's the word fears and tears, and they are in rhymes.
I shall tell about how are William Sansinger and Hattie Carroll described in the poem, and it's there a pattern. William is described very bad. He is described as becoming a criminal. He commits a first-degree murder, but never gets the right punishment. It wasn't unjust because he's a rich and knows all the right people in the politics. Hattie Carroll is 51 years old and is a maid. She has 10 children and is murdered by William. She is described as a woman who does her job. There is a pattern in how Bob Dylan describes William Sansinger. He makes William look bad because he wants us to pick Patty's side.
Philosophize disgrace and criticize all fear.
Bob Dylan in the last stanzas talks about how courtroom, first he talks about how courtroom actually should be, how it should be about equal rights and nobody should be able to persuade or pay their way out of any sentence. But in this case, where this guy, he kills a wealthy white man kills a lower standard black woman, where the court really doesn't really care about it. He kind of, because he's wealthy and everything, he gets a more easier sentence in the sense that he only gets 6 months and it's not really rightfully sentenced, in the sense that when he does a murder on a person for no reason, well, you shouldn't get only 6 months. And that what Bob Dylan points out, that the courtroom should be about law and order and nobody is better than anybody and always everybody gets the same sentence. But in this case, actually the one wealthy man got the better sentence, in the sense that he only got 6 months for killing a person for no reason.
Take the rag away from your face.
The most important part of the chorus is that it changes in the 4 stanzas, and that's the last stanzas. The first 3 times we hear the chorus, it says, "And you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, take the rag away from your face, now ain't the time for your tears." Bob Dylan is telling the people to stop crying over the murder of Hattie Carroll, because that's not the tragedy they should be crying over. They shouldn't be crying over the fact that the upper class people treats the lower class people very badly. And that leads us to the chorus in the last stanzas, where Bob Dylan has changed it, because now it says, "Oh, but you who philosophize disgrace and criticize all fears, bury the rag deep in your face, for now's the time for your tears." And by that he means that now's the time for the people to cry, because William Sansinger only got a 6-month sentence. That's not justice. And that's the main tragedy that the people should be crying over, the fact that the upper class people get away with things like murder easily.
Even the nobles get properly handled once that the cops have chased after and caught them, and that the ladder of law has no top and no bottom.
The song is based on a real event, and it all happened on February the 9th in 1963 at the White Tide Spinators Ball at the Annesofie Hotel in Baltimore. William Sansinger was very drunk before he got to the hotel, and throughout the night he drunkenly assaulted at least 3 of the Annesofie Hotel workers using a toy cane. And it was about 1:30 in the morning when he then assaulted Hattie Carroll. She was a barmaid. And almost directly after the very terrible assault, Carroll was hospitalized, and 8 hours later she unfortunately died. And Sansinger was then charged with murder.
Take the rag away from your face.